Queen Elizabeth II, the longest-serving British monarch, has died at 96. Before we start, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Whose 7 decades on the throne of the United Kingdom with a longer reign than any other British monarch, has died at the age of 96. The Queen died peacefully on Thursday afternoon at Balmoral Castle, her estate in the Scottish Highlands, royal family officials announced. Her son Charles, 73, is now king and will be known as King Charles III. Officials said he remains at Balmoral and will return to London on Friday. The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. Charles said, "The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family." Statement of the King Charles. "We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world.
May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest."
Camilla, Charles' second wife, will be known as Queen Consort. The doctor said Elizabeth had been placed under medical supervision earlier Thursday. The Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health before she died. Other members of the royal family had also traveled to Balmoral, including her grandson Prince William, who is now the heir apparent. Prince Harry, who was already in the country for a charity event, was also reportedly en route. Buckingham Palace said, the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and his wife, Camilla, who becomes the Queen Consort, will remain at Balmoral and return to London on Friday. Her death, at the age of 96, was announced by Buckingham Palace at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. It marked a watershed moment in the life of the nation, leaving it without its matriarch. The Prince of Wales was at her bedside at Balmoral, her beloved castle in the Scottish Highlands, along with other members of the royal family. At the moment of her death, her son became King Charles. And outside of Buckingham Palace in London, hundreds of mourners had gathered to lay flowers and pay their respects to Queen Elizabeth II, and has vowed to carry on her lifelong service to the nation. Charles became king on Thursday after the Queen's death. "That promise of lifelong service I renew to all today," he said. His speech was broadcast on television and streamed at St. Paul's Cathedral, where some 2,000 people were attending a service of remembrance for the Queen. Mourners at the service included Prime Minister Liz Truss and members of her government. Just before boarding a flight at Aberdeen on Friday, the morning after the death of his grandmother Queen Elizabeth, Prince Harry put his arm around the shoulder of an airport worker who had expressed her sympathy while accompanying him across the tarmac. Mourners are beginning to gather outside London's St. Paul's Cathedral ahead of the service prayer to remember Queen Elizabeth. According to a report by The Guardian, members of the royal family are not expected to attend tonight's service, but Prime Minister Liz Truss will be present. King Charles said that their values have remained and will remain constant after the death of Queen Elizabeth. He also said the duties of the monarch also remains. King Charles III in his first address to Britain said that Queen Elizabeth made a lot of sacrifices to perform her duty. He said her dedication never changed through time. He also said the nation flourished under her regime through all the challenges. Thanks you for watching and listening to this video. May her soul rest in peace, amen. Please do me a favor and subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Have a nice day.
Himself, now that he's the monarch. He also spoke of his love for Prince Harry and his wife Meghan as he put it, start their lives overseas. Of course, the fact that they've left the United Kingdom and have criticised the royal family.
That's what I want about it.
The end of an era and the start of a new one.
Yeah, that's a really big question, isn't it? As every British schoolboy knows, we measure time here in the United Kingdom not just in years and days, we measure it in terms of who is on the throne, in terms of eras, and there are very few opportunities to really say genuinely that we've come to the end of an era, but we have this time, the end of the Elizabethan era, and what comes ahead is unknown. But King Charles is already in his
in Paris. The need, as we watch these pictures of this solemn service, is very much a case of a nation coming together, isn't it?